For the first time since September 11th, an airport ground stop and clear the skies warning were issued for all U.S. flights today, and it's still unclear what caused the disruption. The FAA system for alerting pilots and airports of real-time hazards, called NOTAM, it stands for Notice to Air Mission, that went dark about 3:30 in the morning. Tark Minder's joining us now after speaking with an aviation expert. And Tark, the system's been restored, but sounds like there's still a lot of questions on what happened.
There certainly are. You know, the NOTAM system was restored around 9 a.m. this morning, but not before nearly 8,000 flights were delayed. More than 1,200 were canceled. Passengers we spoke with at JAX say they didn't know about this ground stop until they were steps away from boarding their airplane.
You said everything's grounded. Houston was shut down. They weren't taking any inbound flights, or nobody was able to depart or land. And they didn't communicate that until the last moment.
St. Augustine resident Craig Graham was at the gate with bags in hand when he learned about the nationwide ground stop order that led to thousands of flight cancellations and delays. The FAA halted all domestic departures across the country because the NOTAM, or Notice to Air Mission system, went down.
They acted like everything was good, and then when we get up there, they're like, well, you're going to just be stuck.
We don't know what the cause of it is. They expected it maybe in a couple hours we'll have a good sense of the cause, and we'll respond at that time.
After being briefed by President Biden, Department of Transportation officials said there's no evidence of a cyber attack bringing the NOTAM system down, but they aren't ruling it out.
And if it's a simple matter of a particular computer component at a major data center failing, then we can go back to business as usual. But if this is revealed the system is vulnerable to outside interference, if this was the result of a denial of service attack, I think it's a serious problem. And how you go about hardening the system in a timely fashion is going to be a real challenge.
Aviation expert and pilot Ed Booth showed us what his NOTAM screen looked like earlier today with a flight plan leaving out of Jacksonville. At this particular time, NOTAM warned about runway closures, maintenance issues, and airspace restrictions. He says the FAA system is vitally important for airplane pilots.
They're required as part of FAA regulations to review this information. And if you don't, you do so at your own peril. And the airlines have dispatch departments that do this and brief the pilots.
Some state senators are calling for congressional reforms to the Federal Aviation Administration following today's widespread outages and cancellations. The travel chaos marks the second time in recent weeks that flights have been disrupted by computer system errors. Kent?